One thing to expect is that Elizabeth Holmes will look different than she looked when we last saw her in February of last year, because she is expecting her first child due in July. It's one of the reasons that the trial was delayed yet again. But ahead of that, we'll have 3 days of pretrial motions as the government and the defense sort of stake out their positions ahead of that trial. So we'll hear today on whether Holmes will be able to do what the government says is blaming her victims, that is, suggesting that these were sophisticated investors in Theranos, the startup blood testing firm, and they should have known the difference between Silicon Valley puffery and material information. What can the government introduce in terms of impact on victims from things like false tests? And what about whether the company violated industry standards or government regulations, neither of which Holmes is charged with? And then later in the week, we'll hear about her wealth and lifestyle and how much of that should be allowed to get into the trial, her reliance on experts, and findings by regulatory agencies like the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, which cast doubt on Theranos blood testing product. And we'll also likely hear more, or maybe get some sense of what kind of defense Elizabeth Holmes will mount. The idea of whether this had something to do with mental illness. There have been a lot of items filed under seal over the last few days, and whether she was somehow victimized by the Theranos chief operating officer and her former boyfriend, Sunny Balwani. He is scheduled to go on trial early next year. Elizabeth Holmes' trial starts with jury selection now on August 31st.